Hi, I'm Shailendra. I'm from South Africa and Zimbabwe, and I study interior design.
Hi, I'm Jameson. I'm from Michigan in the US, and I'm getting my master's in international fashion marketing.
We know that choosing a university is a huge life decision, so we are here to answer your burning questions.
And if you have any questions that we didn't answer today, feel free to drop them in the chat, and maybe we'll come back to answer them later.
So, let's dive right into the questions. What's the best part about studying at Regents?
For me, I would say the best part about studying at Regents is going to be the friends that I've made. A lot of the people in my cohort, we get along very, very well, both inside and outside of the classroom. We all work very well together, and especially at a master's level, I wasn't expecting to create those relationships with my peers and with my professors as well. How about you?
For me, I feel like because I'm undergrad, I've been here for 3 years, almost graduating. I would say the best thing is that we are literally in the heart of London, right in the middle of central London. And we're also within Regent's Park, which is pretty safe, which is pretty secure as well. The networking you have with your peers, your tutors, that's really good. And the different career events they have as well. I think that's the best part about Regents.
What surprised you most after starting at Regents?
What surprised me the most was definitely the networking events, the amount of networking events you have. Like, for example, like Alexandra McQueen, you get to speak to professionals, you get to understand where they started from, and that's really nice. So yeah, that's the best part for me for Regents, and that's what surprised me the most. And for you?
I was also kind of surprised by how much networking was. I knew Regents had really great relationships with a lot of industries, but just the amount of relationships was really surprising to me in like a great way. I've done projects with like Mulberry and Harrods, which were super exciting. But I also recently got invited to Richmont's Immersion Day, which was a lot of fun. And I didn't expect anything like that by coming to Regents.
Oh wow, that sounds so interesting. So, what about the university is good for international students?
What I personally find is the best is everyone's diverse background really enriches all the curriculum just itself. My peers teach me as much about international business and marketing as my professors do just from their own backgrounds. And so I really enjoy that aspect of being at such an international university. How about yourself?
Oh nice, I 100% agree with you. But for me, before I came to London for the first time, it was the first time, I was very nervous because I was scared that I wouldn't be able to fit in, like speak to anybody. But the first step was I applied to stay at Reed Hall, and staying at Reed Hall helped me to communicate socially with the people around there. And coming from home and moving somewhere else, you would want to feel at home. And I guess Regents does give that experience, like moving like home away from home. You don't feel out of place at all.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You live on campus. Please tell me more about that.
I loved living on campus. Like, even thinking about it now, I'm like, I woke up 30 minutes before class, took a quick shower, had a quick breakfast, and I was in class in less than 10 seconds. It was the most amazing experience. Like, you could literally have the facilities like really quick, so I can move from my room, go to the library, go to Evolve Yoga Studio, do some yoga, do some puppy yoga. So it's very convenient to stay on campus, and also being in the heart of London. Like, you walk out 5 minutes, you're already in Baker Street, where there's a lot of food places. So yes, I loved living on campus. You stay off campus, right?
Yeah.
How is that? How is it?
I like it. I will say hearing about how quickly you get to class is making me a little jealous.
I mean, yeah, it was amazing.
I mean, I only have about a 25-minute commute on the tube, but you know, I have to wake up like in 2 hours before class to get here. I really do like living off campus because I spend so much time at Regents for school. I almost have 2 home bases, so I get to stay over in Islington, which is a town not too far. And I kind of have a little home bubble there, but also still over here in Marylebone because of school. I stay at still a student accommodation place. It just happens to be off campus, so the security is really nice. I'm with other students, and it was a really easy transition because those type of student accommodations have, modern dorm-like living.
I feel like that's really nice though, because you have the experience between like the campus life and the city life. That's really cool.
Yeah.
So tell me, with your personal experience, what is the culture like on campus?
Everyone is so nice and friendly.
Yeah.
For being in such a big city, it's very welcoming and comfortable. Everyone dresses so stylish here, which is great for my classes because
Yeah.
I just go outside and my homework does itself. I just look at everyone.
Yeah.
I'm not as involved in campus culture as I would like to be because I am a master's. I feel like my schoolwork kind of takes that precedent. I am a class rep though for my master's program, which I do enjoy. I have a panel tomorrow for it.
Congratulations.
Thank you. But how about yourself? What do you really do to get involved on campus?
I get involved with a lot. I mean, being on campus in Regent, it's amazing. And in the park, again, like you see, the sun is out. I'm pretty sure everybody's outside sitting on the lawns, you know, having a nice drink because the sun is out. But I do get a lot involved with a lot of the societies. There's like investment societies, the African Society, where you could go meet up with people like that are like-minded, that isn't only just in your course as well. I have participated in like Evolve, where they do yoga and a lot of stretching. That was a lot of exercising. Maybe the last time they see me there, but it's okay. And there's also like puppy yoga, where you can like play with the puppies, just so you can just take your mind off a bit of academics and just focus into other things as well. And that's the really nice part about like being on campus and the culture. Everybody's friendly, vibey, social, and no one is ever really just miserable or sad. Everyone has a smile on their face, very happy to meet and talk, grab coffee. So yeah, I love the culture on campus.
Speaking of campus culture and everything, how do you feel living in such a big city? Regents keeps all of us safe.
I mean, being in Regent's Park, at Regent specifically, it's 100% safe. I remember when I came here with my parents, the first thing my dad said was, "Thank God it's gated," because he was very worried, you know. We have our student IDs where you can tap in and out. Security is monitoring 24/7. We have a very dedicated security team that is always on the lookout, but it is very safe around Regents. Like, you are always in good hands, you know? Do you feel safe on campus?
100%. And I also just feel safe in London. I feel like coming here, everyone says London is one of the most dangerous cities. And I really don't know if I agree with that. I feel like I haven't had any problems anywhere I go. The tube is incredibly safe. I was concerned about the public transporting because at least in America, sometimes it has a little, public transport has a dangerous reputation, and I don't feel like it has that here. My commute is always very safe. I feel like everywhere I go is safe, and most especially, you know, school and my off-campus apartment as well.
Yeah, I also feel like Regents makes sure they assure you that you are in a very safe space. So that's also nice, you know, just to hear from the Regent staff and community that you are in safe.
Yeah, I feel like they do a really good job of checking in on us and like all kind of aspects. You know, I feel like at least once a week I get an email from either Ask or other student areas about comfortability and safety.
Yeah. So speaking about support, how do you feel and how do your tutors support you around campus?
My tutors I'm very close with because I think I only have about 4 to 5 tutors for the year I'm here. So I'm going to be interested to see how it differs from you because I have a very, very close relationship with all of them. You know, I know them on a first name basis. I'm able to talk about stuff that's school related or not school related with all of them. It's very easy to just go up to them during a lesson, after a lesson, to just ask their opinion about a project or a question, or even sometimes like my outfit I can ask my fashion professors about. They're very welcoming to anything, especially being in a master's program, about like career questions or any type of focus in that kind of realm. How about you? What is the difference between your tutors?
No, I really like that you said that because for my tutors, like if you send them a question, you will have feedback in less than 10 minutes on maybe a project or something you'd really want to know, you know? And I feel like the fact that we have very small classrooms, it creates more like of a intimate space, like a one-on-one between your tutor and your peers as well. Like your tutors know you by your name, your project. Like I remember I was laughing with my tutor. I had him last semester and I have him this semester again. And on the first day, he's like, "Hey, I remember what you did last semester. You have to switch it up." And I was there like, "Oh, okay, you caught me a little bit." But it's really nice to have a very close relationship with everybody within that space, your tutors and your peers as well, you know.
Yeah.
So,
We also pretty often in my program, we have like a lot of one-on-one tutorial sessions that are like half hours just to go over our project with our professors. Does that something that the undergrad program has often?
yeah, we do that actually for every class. I think we do that like at least once a week.
Oh,
where
wow.
You have, where you have one-on-ones and you explain like further your project, and they'll always help you like in terms of bettering it, you know. And I feel like tutors at Regent help you grow in your project, and they help you grow as a person as well, because you're trying to discover yourself within that project. And another really cool aspect is that one of my tutors helped me get an internship that I got. So your tutors aren't just only there in class, they also help you outside professionally.
Completely. One of my professors a couple weeks ago couldn't make Fashion Week, and so she sent me her ticket.
Oh no, you're so lucky.
I know. I was like, "Are you sure?" And
Could
she
you
was
take
like,
a +1?
I wish. I wish.
I'm so jealous.
Speaking of small class sizes, do you feel like that's a benefit of Regions? And do you find yourself networking more with students outside your cohort?
I do find myself networking outside my main cohorts, because Regents, they do try their best to get us out of our comfort zone and to network. I know, for example, like I said, I study interior design, and I have an elective which is called Essential Leadership Skills. It is totally different from what I do in interior design. So it's really good to also shift your mind to do something else and to network with different people, understand where they're coming from as well. So that's a really good part. And what I like about it as well is that it's not just another course or another class I'm just taking. It's something I could also put into my future, you know what I mean? Like with the essential leadership skills, I can do so much with that. So I think that's a very good skill to have, and a very thing that Regents does. And for you?
I really enjoy having small class sizes. My undergrad had really large classes, like up to 500 students. And so it's a lot more beneficial because I feel myself creating stronger relationships with my peers. One of my peers, he studied cosmetic sciences in his undergrad, and so I feel like it's so much more beneficial because we all come from different backgrounds, even academically. So I have these people in my networking books for later. If I have a project that I am unfamiliar with, I can always call them, and they can fill me in on something that I don't understand and I won't be able to. So that's something that I really enjoy. And I slowly kind of have integrated with other cohorts. One of my electives I shared with another master's program, and so it was nice to get other insights from other master's programs in an elective standpoint.
Yeah, but I feel like it's also not just like in classes where we network.
Yeah.
It's like you sit like downstairs at the brasserie just to get coffee, and you find yourself speaking to someone that's studying fashion design, or you know. So it's not just in class; it's also outside. The environment is very friendly.
The library as well. I feel like I get to see what other people are working on.
Yeah,
it's really nice.
Yeah, it is. Okay, wait. Before we talk about anything else, you were speaking about your industry and the industry connection you had with Harrods. That was pretty interesting. Tell me more about that, or have you done more?
Yes, so a lot of my classes, we have like big final projects that's our only thing we're graded on. So a lot of times we are very lucky to get partners with major companies in the fashion world like Harrods, or I had a Mulberry assignment once. And they kind of are great. We kind of get a brief. We get to meet with some people from either their marketing team or their creative teams. They kind of give us a little bit of insight of what they're looking for. And then we go and we do our assignments. And then at the very end, we do a presentation for them. And sometimes they even make a little thing of like, oh, what group would we have hired? Who would we have hired out of everyone that did the assignment, which is super fun. And adds a little bit of friendly competition into our master's program. And on top of that, I've been very lucky to get invited to other things through Regents, like Richmond or Cartier just had an immersion day where I got to go to the Cartier headquarters and meet their whole marketing team. And it was really exciting.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You know, actually speaking about that, when I was in second year, we had like an industry challenge, and it was another elective that we had, which is very interesting actually. And we had our like guest panel was Chloe Beanie. I don't know if you know her. She's pretty famous as well, and we had to like help her with styling and stuff like that. it was so really interesting to be hands-on within the industry, but also get graded on that at uni.
Yeah.
That like, you know, the balance between the two, it's so interesting. Like it's really good. Oh, wow.
Speaking of panels, are you going to Industry Insight Day coming up?
Oh no, wait, you're going?
Of course I'm going.
I am going too. Nobody's gonna miss that day.
I know.
I know, it's gonna be really interesting. A lot of employers are coming. Do you know which ones?
Yeah, I know we have some panels from people like Dunhill, UBS, and L'Oreal are coming. I
Yeah.
signed up for 2 of them, the luxury brand management and then the international fashion one, just to really diversify what my day is going to be like.
Oh my goodness, that is so good. Because I know a lot of them are coming for like business, arts and culture. That is so interesting. I'm gonna be in the front of the line. I'll beat you to it.
So we're finishing up some of our courses now. How do you feel that Regents is supporting your career progression?
We actually have a very dedicated careers team. I have worked with them one-on-one specifically, like in terms of when you're looking for a placement, when you're looking for a job, an internship, that's the right place to go. They help you with like your CV application. They give you tips. I remember when I got my internship, I had to do an interview and I went to them and I'm like, listen, I do not know what to say. I don't know where to start. And they were like, okay, it's okay. Like, we'll help you prep for it. We'll have a mock interview and we'll tell you what to say, what not to say. And they really help you through every single step of the process. They also have this app that they recommend to students. It's called Handshake. So whenever you're looking for like an internship, a job, like a placement, that's the best place to go. The careers team, obviously. And for you?
I haven't used the Career Center as much as I probably should be, but I do know that being a Regent student, we have access to it for lifelong. So I'm happy that I can use it whenever I find I need to. I'm definitely going to be using it moving forward. I did not know that Regents actually was connected to Handshake. I used Handshake in my undergrad, and I will definitely be signing up for the Regents portal right after this.
Exactly. No, they do have Handshake, and it's really helpful. It's really, really helpful. They also have like events, like, you know, outside of uni on Handshake as well. So that's the best place to go, honestly. So earlier you talked about having like 300 students in your class. Like, why did you choose Regents? Because Regents has like 2,000 students in total, and the class sizes are way, way smaller. So why did you choose Regents then? Because it's way smaller than your larger university.
Yeah, like I said, I really wanted to kind of create stronger relationships with the people I was going to be interacting with at the university. As much as I loved my undergrad university, I felt like sometimes I didn't even know the person that was sitting next to me in a lecture. And I really wanted to strengthen my relationships with my peers. That's like something that everyone talks about, creating relationships in uni. And that is one of my favorite things about Regents, is the relationships I've created. And I knew I was going to kind of get that with a smaller university.
Yeah.
How about yourself? What have you found you enjoy the most about Regents being a small university?
Well, I have never been to a larger university, but I am very happy I chose Regents specifically for the smaller classes, because that was one of the main reasons why I chose Regents. Because once again, the one-on-one, like the closeness you have with the people around you. And I feel like the difference between a smaller university like Regents and a larger one is that you're not just a random number in a large whole lecture room. Your tutors see you, they support you, and they help you academically and professionally.
I'm sure a lot of students are making their final choices on where they should go for uni. And what do you think is the main points of why people should make Regents their top choice?
Well, out of the many reasons, I'm just gonna list a few, obviously. And for example, like we said earlier, the smaller class sizes, the networking, the communication between your peers and your tutors, and also the campus being in the heart of London in Regent's Park. Like, imagine walking outside in the park and you bump into like a cute little duckling, you know what I mean?
It happens a lot.
And a fox. Have you bumped into a fox before?
I was just talking about the London foxes. Yes.
Literally.
Yes.
Exactly. Like, you bump into those, like when you're walking back home, like in the park, you know what I mean? And the flowers always blooming. So yes.
Yeah, a London spring in Regent's Park is very enjoyable right now.
Yeah. Do you have a take on the question you just asked?
Yeah, I think, like, to reiterate what you said, those smaller class sizes, the relationships with peers and teachers, the campus is just beautiful itself. This gorgeous old British building, but there's so much inspiration in being in London, and we go to a university that allows you to kind of let that inspiration like shine. I feel like we're allowed to be so creative in all of our courses here. So those are kind of my reasons.
I have a question that I have to ask you because you haven't answered it this whole session. And my question is, how did you apply to Regents? Because I mean, did you apply personally, like directly, or through an agent, or through UCAS?
I applied directly. It was actually really, really easy, especially for a master's application. I just wrote my little essay. I filled out a ton of information about me, and I submitted it directly for early admissions. But I know you mentioned an agent in UCAS. A lot of people use that. I'm not familiar with that. I don't know if we even have those in the US. So did you use one of them?
I mean, I think we have a very different perspective because I used an agent. The process was really simple. Like, we would communicate all the time, obviously, and she would just give me like a list of things that I needed. But before she did all of that, I was very confused on where to go. So I applied to at least 5 different unis, but then I eventually picked Regents, and she helped me throughout the process, from the starting papers, the essays, the English test, my portfolio, because I did interior design as well and I needed a portfolio. She helped me with all of that. So the process was very, very easy, you know.
So we talked a lot about how Regent supports us through our careers, our courses, and our application process. But Regents also has a really good support system for student well-being and disabilities.
Yes, you are 1,000% correct. We do have a very dedicated team because they also offer like counseling services and a 24-hour helpline. So for more information, feel free to reach out and our team will be right back to you.
That is all the questions we have time for right now, but we hope we are able to give you a little bit more insight on life here at Regent's University London.
If you have any more questions, please feel free to reach out or drop them in the comments. We hope to see you on campus soon.